touch and goes.
Touch and goes.
Get some of the rust knocked off.
Those you people out there that are not familiar with aircraft, that is when he comes in and touches the runway and takes back off. Called touch and goes. These little wheels down here. Touch the ground, he goes back up in the air. Right now the fuel guy is fueling him up. A little fuel truck. Some gas in there. Aviation fuel. It's not gas. You ready to fly?
Oh yeah. Gotta wait for him to get through fueling so I can do my pre-flight.
Yeah. For those of you that are not familiar with aircraft, his pre-flight means he's going to walk around the airplane here and he's going to make sure that all the crap on this airplane works before he obviously jumps in and goes and flies, right? So he's going to check the ailerons, he's going to check the elevator back here, he'll check the rudder, he's got all kinds of other shit I don't know he checks, but we'll follow him through.
Remote control for this one?
No. You are the remote control. Better learn how to fly, we don't want to die. But this is a good old timey airplane. It's an old school one, but it is pretty awesome to learn in. Flies real freaking nice. But it's in actually pretty good condition for its age. And this is what Aaron's learning on. This is his plane. November 738 Whiskey Lima. That is his plane that he flies to learn in. But Aaron's going to go around. He's going to do his pre-flight here in a minute. Some more interesting information. As you see, the guy up here is fueling the plane up with aviation fuel in his specially designed truck to do that. And he actually has a ground cable hooked to the exhaust pipe here going along the ground. And it grounds to the truck. It's obvious so no sparks will start any fires, right? So Aaron is checking the oil. For his pre-flight.
You need to tell them that your gas station for your car, they put a wire inside of the hose.
Yeah.
Hooked up.
Yeah, I was telling them, I said, I was informing them of your ground cable, but as the fuel guy says, the one at your gas station actually has that same grounding wire. It's inside the hose, but here he connects it up and...
Because they've been doing it this way 100 years in aviation and they won't change.
They won't change. I think that was a complaint.
Need a cord?
Yeah, probably wouldn't hurt. Just a little bit below the 5.
Alright, so Aaron has reported to the fuel man that he needs a quart of oil. So the fuel guy is going to hook him up with a quart of oil so he can fill it up. So your pre-flights, what all does that consist of, Aaron? Besides, as we know now, getting some gas and checking the oil.
Check the whole body, the frame, structure, your wheels. Make sure everything's right. Make sure your air pressure's right. Check all your control surfaces, ailerons, flaps, elevator, rudder. Make sure everything's secured, all the keepers are in place.
So we go up and come back down in one piece,
yes,
right?
That's the goal.
No crap falls off the plane. No crap falling off the plane. No crap falling off the plane. So we will mosey around the aircraft. You guys take a look at it. It's nothing special, right? But it gets you from one place to another. Actually, this plane's pretty freaking cool, really. So flaps are going down. Now what the flaps are actually used for is, as you can see here, when we look at the wing from the side, we get down here where you can see the wing from the side, you can now see the flaps are fully laid down, right? That's probably not the proper terminology, but the flaps are full down right now, which means that it has changed the airfoil shape of the wing, creating more lift, meaning that Aaron can come in slower and float in and all that good stuff. All right, so what are you doing there, Aaron? Before you, I can't film.
Sample your fuel, make sure there's no trash and no water in it.
Right.
At first sample, it had just a little bit of trash in it, so I got a second one. It's called sumping the tanks. If there's anything in there, you just keep sumping until you get it all nice, good, clean fuel. No water, no trash.
Good clean fuel basically means your damn motor's not going to quit while you're flying, which is something you don't want to happen. Although this plane will fly without a motor, it will glide back to the ground, but we do have to have a damn airport. So you hope that if the motor goes out, it's relatively close to the airport, right? So he's structurally checking her now, looking over all the rivets, and I've seen them do this before. So he's basically going to be grabbing some things and pulling on them and moving them. He's going to look inside there to make sure all the hinges and connections are made, nothing's broken.
Let's check these bolts, make sure they're tight.
Yeah, all those bolts right down inside there. Make sure they're all tight. Checking all of his linkages on the rudder. Everything's good. And when it comes to flight inspection, for all of you guys that don't fly in planes like this, you fly in commercial airlines, your pilots actually that fly your airplane, they actually do this themselves. Yes, on those big 747s and 380s and all that. They actually do this same exact procedure, just a little differently because the plane's different. But every plane is pre-flighted before it takes off for the obvious reason. You may find something that's broken or something that doesn't work or something that's going to break while you're in flight, which it's a no-brainer that we do not want any of that kind of crap happening. Or I don't know about you, but I don't want anything going wrong with the airplane when I'm in it. So pre-flights are very important. You really got to be on your game. Little bolt connections down inside here. You can see a little fella down in there. There's a little one right down inside there. Got a bunch of connections in the rudder joint there and stuff. All that stuff, he's checking all that out to make sure that nothing's going to fall off or fail in flight. Pulling on things and moving things and just making sure she's all solid. Checking the ailerons right now. These are what steer the aircraft from left to right along with the rudder. The rudder will also steer, but the ailerons are used for nice and banking and all that good stuff. So we're checking the front wheel, which is really important because the damn airplane lands on that. Make sure everything's hooked up, linkages are tight.
Sure my air filter's clean.
Air filter's clean, headlights clean. Got a few bugs on it, but it's all right.
Sure the prop's good, make sure my alternator belt's tight.
Yeah.
You always want to look inside here and make sure a bird hasn't built a nest in your engine.
Yep, in your cooling system. It's the little radiators and stuff up in there and your coils on the actual engine cylinders, kind of like a Volkswagen engine actually. You can see the alternator sitting right there, and it's got a belt that goes around the prop shaft here, which obviously puts the power to the airplane for lights and crap, so you want that working, right? But as he said, you look up inside there and make sure we ain't got no birds that decide to make a house in there, because that would cause some heating problems after you take off, which would not be a good idea.
Here's your static vent. That's what makes your altimeter,
yeah,
vertical speed indicator, and air
This
speed.
is called the pitot tube, which basically picks up your airspeed. The air goes right inside that little hole right there and goes into a tube, and there's a gauge inside that it calculates how fast the air is going in that tube to determine your airspeed. So that's called the pitot tube. Looks like a micro spear or something.
Another thing you want to check on your ailerons is these right here. It's 3 bars.
Mm-hmm.
Those are counterweights to balance it. You'll have the same number on both sides.
You see these 3 bars right here? They're making sure that these are in here. It's part of the process of checking the plane before he takes off. Now, I'm not actually going in the plane with him. I'm going to be on the ground filming his touch and goes and getting some good high definition of his takeoffs and landings and stuff. But Aaron's just about to his completing his license. Got a little bit more to go, but once he does, it gives us the ability to basically rent these small planes and use them to jump from one airport to another. As most of you know, we live kind of way out in the country, so the closest international airport to us is a 2 to 2.5 hour drive from our home, and we're actually only about 20 minutes to 25 minutes from our home right now at the McAllister Airport that you see right here. And the objective is Aaron has taken on the job of getting his personal pilot's license, private pilot's license, so we can come here and rent this bad boy and fly up to Tulsa, get in an airplane there.